When we're learning centering, we want to focus on 4 things: smoothing the clay, making a low cone, making a tall cone, and then coning down, taking the tall cone and bringing it down. So we're going to walk through each of those steps here. Spin your wheel at a comfortable speed. It doesn't matter how fast or how slow. Add some water. Now take your left hand, brace it with your right on your left wrist, and just lean into the clay. If you've made a good ball, you won't do too much here, but sometimes there's corners poking out, and the idea with this step is just to smooth out the clay by leaning into it. So my left palm is pushing into the clay and I'm just leaning in. Notice my arms are very tight to my legs or even my chest. This stabilizes my hands. So just smooth your clay. Now we're gonna make a short cone. Just take the clay on both sides and bring my hands up and together. As you're learning to throw, you're really figuring out how much pressure it takes to move the clay. So try that pass. I'll bring it back down to show you again. Try that pass with almost no pressure to start, just like this, like you're scraping the outside of the clay. And then gradually add more and more pressure. Sometimes it helps to imagine that your hand is going through the clay. And if it gets sticky on the surface of the clay at any point in here, just add some more water. So we've smoothed the clay and we've made it a short cone. The next step is to make a tall cone. So we want to take the thick part of this base and make it about the same diameter as the narrow part at the top. You can take your right hand and slide it like this with a bit of assistance from your left hand and get the clay to pop out between your hands like this. It's pretty tricky, but you can do it. The other option, starting from your short cone, is to just continue pushing this base in. Either method is okay to make your tall cone, either from the top down or the bottom up. But if you go from the bottom up with too much pressure, you risk cutting off a piece of clay like this. It's okay if you do, but you can't try to reattach that. So if that happens, just get rid of it. So we have our short cone, which we turn into a tall cone. And now technically the clay is centered, it's in the center of the wheel, but we can't work with a tall cone like this because it's too tall and too narrow. So we need to keep the clay in the center, but bring it down. The way we do that is to hold the top of the cone with our bottom 3 fingers, with the top of the cone in our left palm. Point out your index finger with your thumb pointing up, and just push it slightly away from you. With a little pressure coming down here from the thumb, pointing in this angle, the clay will start to bring itself down. You can come in with your right hand to just sort of guide the clay. Keep pressing down in a way like that, very slowly. And you'll form this puck in your left hand, and then just slowly let go. And after doing that 3 or 4 times, your clay will be centered.